Let's talk to the men out there. You see, men are so much less likely to recognize female covert narcissists because the real difference is that, socially, men always portraying themselves as the victim and becoming emotionally codependent on women, is obviously a little less favorable or aligned with what we consider manly. Whereas female covert narcissists have very unique social advantages. For one, obviously, you can look at sexuality as an advantage because women will have an easier time when it comes to garnering supply and maintaining themselves in a more positive experience due to the fact that they have an easier time manipulating men based on the biology of the genders. Second, females socially, we have a lot of stereotypes that, when recognizing relationship dynamics, it is more likely that we would align with the victimization of women as a more plausible reality. And so things like reactive abuse can be particularly dangerous for men because these types of women will undermine your mental health and make you behave in ways that would be totally unnatural to you. It is dangerous because there's probably a lot of men that literally got domestic abuse charges and things from being mentally manipulated and pushed to the breaking point by women. And while there's no excuse for violence against anybody, there are probably a lot of men that had no history of these types of behaviors and got abused physically and emotionally by a woman, and through reactive abuse may have crossed a line which was perfectly intended by the woman. And so men, often do not understand or detect these people in their lives, that they undermine your mental health, that you could meet them at a high point. Your business could be thriving, your career flourishing, and you now are ready to start dating again. And you can meet this woman and she can suddenly turn into a damsel in distress, appealing to your chivalrous nature, and you can help get their life on track. And before you know it, they will be undermining your mental status. They will be questioning everything about you in a very covert and negating way. That the abuse of a female narcissist that is skillful does not have to even be overt. It could just be negation. It could just be being, insubordinate to your thoughts, your ideas, that they could question everything that you are, or even just not even be somebody that will listen to the challenges of your life without some measure of criticism. They can literally negate your efforts to love them. Just always kind of being unsettled, unhappy. They can literally talk about other people in a more effusive manner, reflecting positively on past relationships to create this distinction where suddenly you are trying to live up to the expectations set forth by their expression of someone else that treated them so well and so kind in this period of time in their past, that they were happy, more free, they were vacationing, they were doing a lot of things. And so while you're trying to work on your life to build a life for them, they're directly psychologically undermining you, putting you under unnecessary duress and pressure to prove yourself perpetually. This will start to have an effect on your success at work. You will start feeling more pressure to advance your career. You will start having anxieties that you didn't have before. And as this is starting to happen, they will notice it. They will start to say, something's changed with you. I'm worried about you. You're not the same way that you were at the beginning. And so you will also start to feel more pressure to try to continue to be this positive person, yet they're displaying continued gradual dissatisfaction with you. And as your mental health declines, you will start to feel as if you are letting them down. Oftentimes you find out they're cheating, but you start to think, well, you aren't meeting their needs. And so you can continue down this bunny hole where this person that you saved, this person that you helped get on track, this person you helped their career, this person that showed up as like a perfect person and suddenly needed your help, and then now they're integrated into your life, they're appealing to your chivalrous nature, they've been a victim in the past, and you're somebody that's trying to show them they're lovable, show them that they are good enough, and they have these emotional challenges that you're trying to help them overcome, while they are literally dementing your whole reality, undermining your relationships with other people, trying to literally gain influence over you and control over you. And then they could even invoke their family. They'll have other narcissists like dads and moms that will start talking with you. They'll triangulate you. I've experienced that directly, where I'm sitting with dad and the woman, and dad is talking to me about his concerns about my career 3 months into a relationship, putting me under pressure, questioning whether I should be an actor or maybe there's another career, because he's just looking out for his daughter's best interest. And so as you start to experience this profound anxiety, attempting to keep up with the expectations that are being created artificially, you will decline and decline and decline. And many men can get discarded or discover that this person is doing something terrible. They could be stealing from you. They could have literally been cheating on you the whole time. And you will be very confused. You will be thinking that maybe, just maybe, you weren't man enough, or you didn't live up to something, or that what they did seems reasonable given your own mental status. And because you started to feel unhealthy mentally, it seems plausible that they would need to get their needs met other ways. And so it can be a very confusing experience for many men. And the challenge is that these women can, and always do, portray themselves as a perfect victim to you. And sometimes they just want to punish you. Sometimes a healthy, strong man becomes a surrogate punching bag for somebody with deep trauma, deep hatred of self and men in general. And there are many of these women that covet. They see a married man with children, and they will target that man. They will want what that woman has. Their own inferiority and their own inability to have healthy relationships make them a perfect side piece. But they will want to undermine and destroy the relationship, whether they're going to keep that person or not. Their envy, jealousy, and hatred towards healthy women will make them want to infect your relationship. They'll want to try to position themselves as a confidant. And they will be undermining a healthy relationship. Do you think she really appreciates everything you do for her? And they will start infecting the man, and then they will start to show attention and affection in this dynamic. They could be a coworker or somebody. And when they start to try to get in good with the man, all relationships can have challenges and stresses. And so they start to infect this individual with thoughts that are disruptive to that person's relationship. And if they can get you in a compromised position, that's what they want. That they would willfully destroy a healthy family intentionally by poisoning a man. And so they're poisonous, they're toxic, they often will willfully destroy people, and they often advance socially by being parasitic to men, bouncing from one to the next, to the next, to the next. And these relationships could start as friendships. They could start as ordinary relationships. You may not even have had the intention of a romantic relationship with this woman, but suddenly this new friend that seemed all perfect and a really good person needs your help. Suddenly they've orchestrated some kind of life emergency, and you're the only person that can save them. And so they try to suck you in with their victimhood in other areas of life and use you to get ahead. And once they get what they want from you, then they'll start destroying you, and they'll move on to another one and another one and another one. And so it's important we discuss these things because many men are not aware, totally unaware, because female covert narcs, they hide out in plain sight